or in the lap. Relax. One hand on the heart, one hand on the belly. Closing our eyes, and we'll take 6 deep breaths. Deep in through the nose, feeling the spine grow tall, belly rise. And on the exhale, the face relax, shoulders relax. Slow, steady breath. Whenever the mind begins to wander, expanding the body. And on the exhale, softening. Whenever the mind begins to wander, just redraw attention to your breath, fully expanding. And on the exhale, relax. One more breath all together. Inhale through the nose. And on the exhale, relax the face, relax the shoulders. We'll bring our right hand down to the side and we'll stretch our left body up and over. Feeling that stretch all along your left side body. Your right hand can be on the floor or the elbow or on a pillow, wherever is right for you. Try to get that elbow oriented to the ceiling. Opening the chest, shoulder blades back, and then reaching the arm. Remembering to breathe. Breathing with your diaphragm to the lower lobes of the lungs. Then press into the floor. We'll inhale, we'll reach up, and we'll come over. Feeling that stretch on the right side of the body. You can have your hand down or elbow on a pillow, wherever is right for you. Getting that elbow to the ceiling, opening up the chest. And on the exhale, relaxing a little bit more, reaching that arm. Good, and then just explore that a few times on your own, just making it dynamic. Moving with your breath, opening your front body. Great. Balance that out and then come forward onto your knees. Hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. We'll move into some cat-cow breath. Deep in through the nose, and on the exhale, tailbone underneath, pressing the hands to the floor, rounded spine. And on the inhale, the belly falls, heart opens, eyes look up, back like a U. And then just moving through these two, tailbone tucking under, hands pressing into the floor. And on the inhale, belly falls, heart opens. Making your way through. On the exhale, rounding. Inhale like a U. And on the next exhale, return to neutral. And then come into a child's pose. Head is on the floor. The hips towards your heels. You can just dangle there. You can put a towel or a blanket. But head starts on the floor. Arms are long. Breathe. And slowly walking your hands on over to the right side, feeling this stretch in our side body, and then letting the head relax between the arms. And then walking your arms on over to the opposite side as far as you can without the hips rocking. Really reaching with the right arm, head between the arms. Deep stretch of the intercostals, the rib cage. Back body expands and relaxes. Noticing the breath. Expanding on the inhales and on the exhales, relaxing. And then retracing your hands back to the center. Keep your chin tucked around the spine, low back, mid back, upper back, open the heart. Up dog. And on the exhale, tuck your toes, chin tucks, round, back into child's pose. And you're just gonna move through those two motions. Spinal wave, up dog. Into child's pose. And just moving through those two like an ocean wave, finding balance between the 2 points with your breath. On your next child's pose, hold it there. Stretch your hands forward a little more. Transition into puppy pose, heart opening pose. Melting your heart into the floor. Forehead on the floor, shoulder blades back. Ensure that the knees are in alignment with the heels. Good, now take your left arm and thread your left arm underneath your right arm, and then eyes look under your armpit. Walking your right hand forwards, and then over to the left for a nice twist here. Remembering to breathe through the nose. With each exhale, trying to relax a little bit more, keeping the knees in alignment with the hips. So the legs are a 90-degree angle. Our right hand is walked over to the left. And then reverse your entrance, walk your right hand back. Undo your thread, and then we'll take it to the other side. So now right arm underneath. Right head down, walk your left hand forwards, and then over to the right side. Looking under your left armpit. Breathing here. Undoing the twist, heart melting a little deeper. And then sliding forward onto your stomach, crocodile pose. Making a pillow for your forehead by stacking your hands or your forearms. Breathe here. Notice your body expand on the inhale, and on the exhale, how you soften into the earth, the mat. And then extending your right arm long, right here on the mat. Push into the floor with your left hand. Scorpion stretch, stepping your left leg over your right leg. The leg could be long or the sole on the floor, leg stacked. Wherever is right for you. Pressing your left hand down into the floor, spiraling your chest open, squeezing your shoulder blades back together. The arm could be on the side body, on the floor, elbow bent, hand on your back, palm facing away, or open in the air, squeezing your shoulder blades back. Whichever option is right for you, do that. Keeping your right arm flat on the floor, palm down. And then slowly reverse your entrance. This time, left arm long, right hand close to the chest. Push your hands to the floor and step your right leg over your left leg, opening up your chest, eyes to the sky, twisting the spine. The right hand could be on the floor, helping to prop you open, opening your right chest to the ceiling. Be on the side body, behind the back, palm facing away from you, or reaching in the air, wherever's right for you. And that right leg could be long or bent, stacked. Focusing on opening our front body, squeezing our shoulder blades, or scapula the back. Breathing here. On each exhalation, can you just soften, whether that be the face or the cheeks or the jaw, shoulder, just soften somewhere, so 1%, just a little bit more. And then same but different, we'll come to the other side again, but instead of having our arm long, I'm gonna bend my elbow and it's gonna be at a 90-degree angle. So, oh, look at this, on the floor. It's going to target our top shoulder capsule. So right arm long, and then bend the elbow, 90-degree angle. Left hand press into the floor, step over. So it's the same thing, but now our arm is bent at a 90-degree angle. Our fingers are facing our forward, like where our head is, 12 o'clock. This one, you can leave the hand on the floor. It's a deeper, more intense stretch. And then switching sides, same thing, but different. Left arm long, and then bend it at a 45-degree angle and step over. And then slowly rolling back onto your stomach. Elbows underneath your shoulders, Sphinx pose. Chest is lifted, gaze is forward. We're just going to move up and down with our neck. And then we'll go side to side. We'll look over our shoulder, bringing out the spine. Imagine you're wringing out a towel, keeping the chin above the shoulder. When you look to the left, the hip shift to the right, and when you look to the right, the hip shifting slightly to the left. And then pressing the hands into the floor once that's balanced. Seal pose, if you could do so, without putting pressure in the low back. But if you do have pressure, don't go there. Just stay here in Sphinx, building strength. And then we're going to come on down. We're going to have our arms at our sides, palms facing up, right ear down. Gentle neck stretch, breathing here. Good, adding on, we're going to bring our arms out like field goal posts. And then we'll bring our right knee up. Half frog. Right knee up. 90-degree angle in the knee and in the ankle. Spine twist and a frog, half frog stretch in the leg. Redrawing attention to the breath. If the mind has wandered, inhale, expanding. Exhale, relaxing. And then we'll reverse. Left ear down this time. Arms at your side, palms facing up. Breathe here. Consciously choosing to take nice deep breaths into the back body. Our front body is blocked, so we're going to have to consciously choose to take deeper breaths so that we can stay oxygenated. With each exhale, how can you relax just a tad bit more? And then arms out like field goal post. Fingers facing 12. And then bring your left knee up. Left knee at a 90-degree angle, left knee at a 90-degree angle. Try to keep the hips even. Breathe here. Long in the spine. Deep breaths. Slow and smooth. Through the nose. In through the nose, out through the nose, or lift the mouth if you need for the exhale, but all our inhales in through the nose. Noticing the expansion and the relax. And then slowly returning to crocodile pose, forearms stacked or palms stacked, head down. And moving into your cobras, hands close to the chest. Inhale, squeeze your legs, shoulder blades back. Gently rise up using your low back strength. And on the exhale, lowering down. So just doing a few on your own. Inhale, squeeze, screw your hands in, chest lifting, elbows to the hips. And on the exhale, lower. So just moving through. Rising up and falling down. On your next cobra rise, hold it there. Tricep push up, push the floor away. Take your knees a bit wider, moving into embryo pose. You may need a pillow, you may not. We're gonna have our knees a bit wider, and then we're gonna bring our left hand underneath us. Left hand underneath us, right hand underneath us. Head on the floor, either you're turned or face down. Whichever option is right for you. Really reaching those hands underneath you. Connecting with your breath here. We'll do a 2-to-1 ratio breath here, or 1-to-2. So you'll breathe in for 3, and you'll exhale for 6. Or you'll breathe in for 4 and exhale for 8. Or breathe in for 5 and exhale for 10. Inhale for 6, exhale for 12. Whichever option's right for you, go for that. And if your cheek was turned, you could turn to the other side to balance that next stretch. Reaching those arms deep and through. Palms facing up. Exhale twice as long as the inhale. Slowly unwind, taking your arms on out, and then bringing yourself into tabletop. From tabletop, we'll bring our left knee towards our left wrist. Our right leg will go long, or pigeon stretch. Tall in the chest. Our hips are square. Using pillows if you need, or blankets, to help get your hips even. Looking over the left shoulder. Looking over the right shoulder. Bringing out the spine. Inhale, stretch up, and on the exhale, coming down to lower. Stacking your fists. Your forearms, wherever you need. You can have some pillows stacked up. You can have some blankets stacked up. A nice deep hip stretch. Expanding on the inhale, and with each exhale, relaxing. Softening into the mat, the floor. Very normal for the mind to wander. When it does, just always drawing attention back to the breath. Back body expanding as you inhale in, and on the exhale, melting in, relaxing. Softening. Drawing awareness back to the breath, feeling expansive on the breath in. And on the exhale, sitting down, sinking in. Slowly rising up, reversing your entrance. Shooting up the hips. And then we'll go the other direction, the other side. We'll bring your right knee to our right wrist, left leg long. Chest is open, tall and proud. Trying to keep your hips square. So imagine there's flashlights on your hips. Keeping those forward. Inhale, stretch up. And on the exhale, slowly lowering down, stacking your fist or using a blanket or a pillow to help rest you. And then turning the head the opposite direction to the leg or face down. Very slowly reversing yourself out of the stretch, opening the heart. And then back into your tabletop. From our tabletop, we'll take plank, whether that be from the knees, core is engaged, glutes engaged, hands underneath the shoulders. So this is a plank from the knees, long in the spine, or you can tuck your toes under, take a plank from the toes, and then set it into down dog, pedaling out the heels, right and left, right and left. And then holding this down dog stretch. 3 breaths here in through the nose. And on the exhale, relax. You bend the knees as much as you need. Get those hips up. Hands pressing forward, balls of the feet pressing back. After the next exhale, slowly lowering the heels. Reversing. Take it to your plank. Lower the knees. Slow your body down. Inhale, cobra. Or press into the floor, up dog. Exhale, child's pose. This time taking your knees wide, the widest you can. Wide-legged child's pose. Heart melts down. Making your legs as wide as you can. Forehead on the floor in a pillow or a blanket. With each exhale, hips gaping, even fall down more. And then come up into frog. So now with our legs wide, we're gonna kick our heels out. Frog pose. We'll use our blanket or a pillow. Keeping the hips over top of the knees, very deep stretch. Breathing here. Toes out at a 90 degree. Feeling the knees press outwards. Finding your edge of comfort, relaxing and just sinking a little bit deeper. If your head was turned, just turn it the other way. It's halfway point. When the mind wanders, just embracing the now, bringing attention, awareness to the breath, and on the exhale, deepening into the frog stretch. Knees pressing outwards, keeping the hips always over top of the knees. And then very slowly making your way out. It's a really deep stretch, so taking your time. Pulse. As you slowly bring your knees back under you. Legs forward and just noticing how open we've created the hips, just rocking. Windmilling side to side, side to side. And then we'll make our way onto our back for our final Shavasana. Arms at your side, palms face out. We'll have our heels underneath our glutes for a moment. We'll just do a few bridges. Knees come forward, press your hips up. And on the exhale, lower. Inhale, knees pressing forward and then lifting the hips up. And then lower. So just doing a few bridges here. And then coming on to your back. Arms out. Eyes closed. One hand on the heart, one hand on the belly. Shavasana breath. Whenever the mind begins to wander, just bring your awareness back to your breath. Slow, steady flow. Belly rises, belly falls.
See you in my dreams, my friend. See you in my dreams, my friend. See you in my dreams, my friend. See you in my dreams, my friend.
When the mind has wandered, bring it back to the breath. Deep in through the nose, belly rise. Exhale, belly falls. Thank you for joining me today. I challenge you to stay here in Shavasana for at least another 6 breaths before awakening. From my heart to yours, namaste.